What's up YouTube? Welcome to Veteran Patriots Nation. My name is Tim. Thank you for watching today's video. And today we're announcing a new sponsor as a competitive shooter. I'm going to be talking about the gear and equipment they make and why you should choose them over other leading competitors. But before we do that, let's roll the intro. Alright, so the new sponsor as a competitive shooter that we're announcing today is going to be KJ Concealment. KJ Concealment is a custom Kydex holster solutions company making amazing holsters that are comfortable, reliable, and look good. And most of all, it's coming from a trustworthy company that you can really put your life on. Alright, so this is actually take two, guys. I'm so excited about this relationship that I have with KJ Concealment that the first take ended up being 20 minutes long, so we're gonna try to not make a 20-minute video for you guys, but in order to do that, I'm unfortunately not gonna be able to talk about all of their product offerings that I wanted to talk about. We're just gonna do a quick rundown of a little bit of what they do offer. All right, so their holsters and magazine caddies are gonna come with an offering of 33 different colors, roughly 33 different colors and patterns for you to pick from. They have OWB and IWB. The screws that you see, I'm not gonna show that. That's not even their holster. This beautiful work of art is, however, their holster. So their screw heads, you can get either wide screw heads or you have 8 different colors washers to pick from, which is really nice. So if you're trying to color coordinate, they give you that opportunity. They can prep their holsters for Safariland or G-code, and we'll get into that here in a second, just in case you don't know what Safariland and G-code is. And then they have roughly 4 to 6 different belt attachment clips as well. Now for the guns, this is where I'm really impressed with KJ Concealment. They have roughly 50 different guns and light compatibilities that they currently offer right now, but they are also putting one new gun on that list for you to pick from every single week. And if you don't see the gun or the gun and light combo on that drop down menu, then go ahead and hit them up, give them a call, shoot them an email, and let them know what gun and light combo you have. They'll be more than happy to go ahead and work that into the list of holsters that they can make. They did it for me, and I'm sure that they didn't just do it because I'm their new sponsored shooter. They also offer a sweat guard. Sweat guard is going to be this part here. Let me grab a pistol. So the sweat guard prevents sweat from getting on your slide and your frame. So you have two different styles of holsters. You have a taco style, which is one sheet of Kydex folded on top of each other or folded onto itself to make the holster, or you have what's called a pancake style, where you have 2 sheets of Kydex pressed together, much like this, which is their Wingman. We'll go over this here in a second. But why that's important is because they give you the option of one color or pattern for the front sheet and a different one for the back, which is really neat. So you can really customize the look of your holster, especially with the different clip offerings that they have. And with their clips too, they have their name and logo very tastefully laser engraved on their clips. Let's see, so that's pretty much the run through. They offer OWB, IWB, and also various different magazine caddies, which we'll get into here in a second. So let's talk about their IWB holsters. Real quick, they have what's called a Wingman, which is what we have right here. Their flagship IWB, their light bearing IWB, and their Fat Boy. The Fat Boy holster just has the clip higher up on the holster itself, so that the gun will ride lower down. So if you do have a little extra tactical Kevlar going on up front, then that's going to prevent your belly from pushing the top of the gun out, further exposing you to printing. And printing is when you can see the gun or the holster through your shirt. So that's nice. Their Wingman holster is done extremely well here. They took time to think of a few different things that I really appreciate. They first have, working from your left to your right, they have the wing here, and what that's going to do is push your belt out, pushing the butt or the grip of the weapon into your stomach to further reduce the possibility of you printing. And then they have the spare magazine caddy here, which is held on by shock cord. I wasn't sure how this was gonna work. Like, okay, am I gonna feel that pushing up against my stomach and, you know, making this holster uncomfortable? No, it doesn't. This thing is absolutely a beautiful holster to not just look at, you know, aesthetically speaking, but also comfortability wise as well. And what that shock cord is going to do is help the holster bend right there to conform to the shape of your stomach. The retention for both the magazine and the weapon itself is going to be done through the 2 screws here. That's why they have a rubber spacer in there. So if you want more or less retention, then you have that option. Now, we were talking about a sweat guard earlier. Not only does the pistol part have a sweat guard, but the spare mag part does as well. So that prevents a bunch of sweat from getting or running down your magazine. So when you go to do a reload and you index your finger and your thumb on the magazine, you're reducing the possibility of you accidentally dropping the mag, which is, again, a really nice feature. All right, so let's go on to their OWB holsters. They have 2 different offerings here. Their flagship OWB, which is a pistol without a light, and then they have their light-bearing OWB. I have one of their light-bearing OWBs right here that we were looking at earlier. The first thing I noticed right out of the box, this is the holster I was using. I'm not gonna say who it's from because I'm not gonna put the company on blast, because I'm about to put this holster they made on blast. The definition is one of 2 things that I noticed right off the bat. This is the KJ Concealment holster. Just look at those lines, guys. It's amazing. It looks like they made this in a book press, which I know they didn't, and they made this in a vacuum press, which they did use a vacuum press. They use vacuum presses, which is gonna give you all of the definition right there. But I mean, they really just took the time to make a nice holster. The other thing that I noticed right out of the box is how streamlined this one is compared to this. It's much thinner, or it's not as wide this way and lengthwise as well. So that's a really nice feature. It looks like essentially they cut this part off, but yeah, I don't know why they made this so darn big. With their OWB holsters, you're gonna have the option between 1.5 or 1.75 belt clip, which is gonna look like this right here. We're gonna talk about that here in a second. Or you can get your G-code or Safariland QLS fork. This is the QLS fork for Safariland. The reason why these are nice is because you can get a holster. Well, you're gonna need a holster for all of your pistols, but if you have the Safariland fork on all of your pistols, then you can just take the holster off your belt, take a different holster, and just snap it right in there, and it's not gonna come out. So that's one holster. Here's a different Safariland QLS holster. Just snap it in, and it's all good to go. So that's really nice. Something else that I noticed about their holsters that I really appreciate is the fact that they paid attention to the edges when they were buffing it, right? You want smooth edges, and The problem with that is you'll see like kind of like waves on the edges from the buffing wheel. You don't have that with their holster. It's nice and smooth. There's no jagged edges. There's no no buffing marks from the buffing wheel, nothing like that. Very, very well done. Try not to make this a 20-minute video. So they have a rifle magazine caddy, single rifle. They have a IWB, or it can be used as OWB pistol mag caddy, which is what we have here, right here. Or they have a double magazine caddy. Okay, so let's go ahead and take these off real quick, or at least open this up. So their single magazine pouch, you have the 1.5 or 1.75 clip, which again is laser engraved. Typically with magazine pouches, the retention for the magazine is going to be by tightening this screw to pinch the magazine this way. Well, what they do here is, you see that little silver screw in there? Well, there's a black curved bar in here, right? So as you tighten the screw, that curved piece becomes more curved, pushing on the magazine this way. And then, where did my belt go, man? I just got belts and gear all over the room right now from filming. What they also offer is going to be your double magazine pouch, which is going to have the exact same retention method as the single that I just showed you with that little screw on the side. So you have one on each side. And then you also have an offering of a tech lock here. The tech lock looks like that and has a little hinged hook here. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull that hook down, pinch together, and it'll fold up. All right, that's their magazine options, magazine caddy options they have. But they also have what's called an EDC tray. You can put all of your keys, your holster, your wallet, watch, have all of your daily, everyday carry items all on one tray. You know, can't lose anything that way, which is really nice. They offer, again, all of the different colors or pattern options you want for that. They also offer, they sell nice rigid belts. They do not sell this one. I just don't have the core essential belt that they're selling on their website. Maybe I should get one of those as well to show you guys in case you want to see that before you purchase one. Or you can just go on YouTube and after this video, of course, and go look up the core essential belt. So the core essential belt is going to be a nice rigid belt, which is what you need for everyday carry. It prevents the gun from flopping over and making you print even more so than you would with a nice rigid belt. The core essential belt comes in, it's one size, essentially one size fits all, and for sizes anywhere from, I believe, 24 inches to 52, something like that. But I do believe, don't quote me on this, but I do believe it comes like that because you're gonna size it to you and just cut off however much tail you want. Now, when you do that, I have used belts like that before. I'm using one right now, actually. When you trim the tail, leave enough of a tail to be able to tuck it into one of the belt loops so it doesn't poke out like that, which is super annoying. It's one of the reasons why I don't wear this belt. Since I do appendix carry and this has such a huge metal belt buckle, I have to move it to the side. But when it's on the side, I'm skinny. I have hip bones, man. It pushes on my hip bone and it prints and it's uncomfortable. So I don't use this belt. So maybe I should get a Core Essentials belt, not just for you guys, but for me as well. And then the last item they're gonna offer is a gift card. If you know your buddy wants a holster, but you don't know what color, what pattern, what light he has, what gun specifically he wants to carry, just get him a gift card from KJ Concealment. It makes it super easy, especially with Christmas coming up in what, 2 months? Something like that. But guys, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much. Hopefully this isn't 20 minutes. We'll look at the timestamp here in a minute. But thank you for watching. Consider hitting that like button, share the video, subscribe, but most of all, go check out KJ Concealment and tell them VP Nation Tim sent you. Again, thanks for watching. Hey, 15 minutes.